This is the Real Estate Podcast.
And I just love it, man. Like, I love thinking about what's the next move. The ESG is interesting, like you said, on a business side, but then also the way I view it, like just the plant in general. Like, I'm more than the business side. I just want the plant to be out there for people. And I want to have access to quality cannabis and like know what different strains do and how they do it and how much to take. And when you're in Texas, you don't get that, right? But it's obvious that it's coming. And so man, keep going. Like, I love hearing it. And I'm just so intrigued by what's next. Like, there's like these power deals in my head that are around the corner. Like, all of a sudden another Constellation type company comes in and puts $4 billion into, Tilray. Who knows? Like, I'm just so intrigued.
Well, they will. I mean, I think that's around the corner. I think there's a limit to what established brands, are going to be able to do in a federally restricted marketplace. They're just not in a position, both from a PR and also a regulatory perspective, to be here. But you can be sure. Look, I think every Fortune 500 company, give or take a handful, have to have some type of a cannabis strategy of some kind. And again, that gets you into a place where what makes cannabis so interesting as an investor and an observer, and people that are watching the industry and thinking about how they want to integrate in the industry, not only as investors, but maybe strategically with what they do and the businesses that they're building. And you guys are in the middle of the real estate world. Obviously, the real estate world is at a very intertwined element of how it's been involved in the early stages. But what's fascinating to me about the cannabis industry, and you've heard me say in the past, I come at this as a guy that was investing in emerging markets. So I was investing in places like Brazil and Russia. I lived in Russia for a couple of years. I was investing in these developing high growth new economies. Kind of sounds like cannabis, right? And demographics, consumption trends. One of the things that I loved about investing in emerging markets was I was an expert in investing in emerging markets, but I was a generalist on what I would be investing in all of those economies, right? Investing in China, you're investing in banks, you're investing in telecom companies, you're investing in resource companies, you're investing in technology companies. Same thing in Brazil, same thing in India. And so when you're investing in cannabis right now, I'm a generalist, right? My ETF is intending to invest in all of these sectors. I want a little exposure to everything. Now, by owning a company like GTI or Trulieve, those are vertically integrated companies, right? Those are companies that are seed to sale, right? That's what people say, and it truly is everything in between. And just on the sales side, as we've talked about, I mean, think about what goes into the sale of a product, and everything from branding, packaging, marketing, distribution, So what's really exciting about investing in cannabis for me is that there are all these different subsectors that you're exposed to. And so we have exposure to real estate, we have exposure to technology, we have exposure to branding, we have exposure to software, we have exposure to obviously just the big vertically integrated folks, and where either some are better at cultivation, some are better at processing, some are better at packaging. So these are the parts of the investment profile that are going to continue to evolve. But yeah, look, I know we don't have a ton of time today, and look forward to coming back and talking more about it, Matt. But the things that are going to be the headlines that you should expect to see in the next 6 months and certainly the next 2 years are that you're going to see major forays by big strategic players globally to be coming into the sector to cement their place. Constellation Brands has given a little bit of heat for maybe coming in too early, or maybe burning money through canopy growth in some businesses that really weren't worth a whole lot. Some of that's fair, but some of it is like Constellation is who they are by playing the long game and by being a first mover in a lot of the markets they've been in. And again, I see that from what they've done in emerging markets, and where they've been willing to lay foundations and then suddenly be the guys. So for all the people that are tuning in today, if you're looking at cannabis and you're investing in cannabis and you're evaluating where the plant's going, you're also kind of in a leading position, I think.
Thanks again for watching that video. We really appreciate it. And if you want to see some more amazing real estate content, just click right here, or you can click right there. This one actually looks really good. Maybe this one is the better video for you to watch. You decide.